Hello guys, welcome back. In this lecture, we'll be discussing what data structures are and how arrays are stored in memory in C#. Let's start by understanding what data structures are and why they are crucial in programming. Okay, data structures are a way of organizing and storing data in a computer's memory. They provide efficient ways to access, manipulate, and manage data. In other words, data structures act as containers that hold and organize data in specific ways, allowing us to perform various operations on the data effectively. There are many different types of data structures, including arrays, lists, stacks, and so on. Each data structure has its strengths and weaknesses and is suited to different types of problems. Now let's focus on array. It's one of the most fundamental data structures that stores a fixed size collection of elements of the same type. In C#, arrays are stored in memory as a contiguous block of memory. They provide a way to store multiple values of the same type in a linear fashion. This means that all the elements in the array are stored next to each other in memory with no gaps in between. The size of the array is determined by the number of elements it contains and the size of each element. Now, let's illustrate to you how an array is stored in memory in C#. Alright, suppose we have an array of int. When we create this array, a contiguous block of memory is reserved to store these elements. Each element is stored one after another in this block. Since an array is a reference type, this variable stores the memory address of the array. This memory address points to the starting location of the array in the memory. In this example, the array starts at memory address 1000, so the numbers variable points to this location. And each element takes up 4 bytes of memory. This is because in C# the size of int is 4 bytes. Therefore, the second element in the array, which has index of 1, is stored at memory address 1004, which is 4 bytes higher than the first element. This pattern continues until all elements have been stored. Okay, let's say we want access to the third element of the numbers array. When we access an element of the array using the variable, the reference is used to locate the appropriate memory location and retrieve the value. In this line of code, the variable numbers is used along with the index 2 to calculate the memory location of the third element. The reference stored in numbers points to the beginning of the array, and by adding the appropriate offset for the third element based on the size of the element type, the value is retrieved from the correct memory location, which is 1008. Alright, we've covered the basics of arrays as a data structure. The array has its advantages and disadvantages, just like other data structures. In the upcoming courses, we'll explain these factors and advise you on when to use arrays and when to avoid them. Okay, done. See you in the next lecture.